What's up there, SEO pros? Welcome back. Today we are on part 6 of the National SEO course. So today I'm going to be covering on-page SEO. We're going to be covering how to perfect optimize page should look, internal linking, external linking, contextual linking, anchor text, title tags, meta descriptions, title placement, importance, click-through optimization, heading tags, image file names, alt tags, and page speed optimization. So let's start out with how the perfectly optimized page should look. Now, this is sort of a concept that people ask me a lot about. They say, hey, Chase, what is the perfect page in terms of on-page SEO? So I don't know if you guys recall the very first thing we talked about in terms of the Google PageRater guidelines, but for each industry, content differs. And as you guys know from intent differs. So user experience, the expected user experience is a lot different based on the separate intent. So in one case where you should be maybe internally linking to a product page, you might need to be internally linking to a service page instead, depending on what people are looking for. So in terms of a perfectly optimized page, there's a few general things you want to look out for, like making sure that the page speed is high or low, that you have a certain amount of content, right? You want at least probably 300 words and maybe some images. But for the most part, a perfectly optimized page does not exist unless you figure out what works best in your niche and whatever that intent is for that niche. So again, it's better to experiment based on analytics and benchmarking and keyword mapping and experimenting with different layouts than it is to think about, okay, what's the perfect intent for each niche? Because at the end of the day, intent can always change. Experience can always differ based on what intent is. So let's just talk about internal linking, external linking, all this other stuff, because I don't want you guys to think about the perfect optimized page. I want you to just think about how do I improve, how do I do on-page SEO for a page to best improve the user experience possible and also optimize that page as well as I can. So let's just go into one of the pages on my site. Let's talk about one that's ranking really well. Let's talk about the page that's ranking for SEO coaching. So if I go over to here, SEO services, and then I go to coaching. So first of all, we have the URL structure, which I think we talked a little bit about already. Let me just copy this. Now in this page, I have a pretty good URL structure. I have on-page SEO services, which you don't want this to be more than 3 to 5 words per file path. So you can see here, this is one file path and then the next path right here, SEO coaching. So that's not bad. As far as the actual keyword targeting, you can see here SEO coaching and private mentoring by Chase Reiner at affordable prices. So title tag is doing pretty well in terms of making sure there's a qualifier in there. You can see affordable prices would be the qualifier. The title tag is also not over 75 characters. So let me go into a page checker. You can use this thing right here, SEO page checker. And this one. Let's just go for this one, I guess. So this is a way you can just check one page at a time if you want to. These are really general, but they can be helpful if you're just doing one page at a time. So here we go. We got status code 200, meaning the website or the page isn't 404 or anything. The size isn't super large of the page. The title tag is within 68 characters, but it says 65. It actually goes up to 75 now, so they need to update that. Description, you can see the meta description is good. It's between 70 to 320 characters long. This is what it looks like in the search results. It's got an H1 tag. You generally want your H1 tag to replicate what's in your title tag because that's going to match what people are looking for on the page or from the search results. The H1 equals title. Again, same sort of layout, right? SEO coaching, SEO coaching. These are all the different heading tags. Now, in terms of what heading tags you should use, some people say you should use 2 H1s, 3 H3s, 4 H1s, whatever it is. I don't think it really matters too much. I think it's kind of a little bit hocus pocusy at a certain point. The point is, though, is you don't want to have more than one H1. Everything else, you just kind of want to make it like a Word document. So if you have like a main topic here, then a supporting topic, and then a sub-supporting topic like that, you know, then that would be the H3, and so on and so on. So content length, it says 8,033 signs. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means characters. Content to code ratio, looks like the code's a little bit high. So, I mean, all this stuff, you know, is kind of stuff that I'm assuming most of you guys already know. So what you actually want to probably talk about, or what you guys are probably interested in, is how to actually optimize a page based on these different things. So let's go into this page and let's talk about how to optimize it. So first of all, I'm assuming that you have the Yoast plugin and that you're using WordPress. If you're not, then you know you could still apply this information to whatever you're doing. Now, actually, since this has already been done, let me take like a new blog post that I want to put out there because I've been getting a lot of content lately. So we'll take, for instance, let me go into Discord really quick and grab a document. So this is a document, I believe, with all of the different top Twitter accounts to follow. So I have somebody going and writing all this content for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy all this. Copy it out. Go over here. Go into pages. Or sorry, posts, since it's a blog post, right? I'm going to add new. Just going to copy it all in there. All right. So these are all the different Twitter accounts to follow according to this person who wrote the topic for SEO, right? So let me go in and change this to the full width layout. So first things first, we want to make sure that this is sort of the layout that other people are looking for when they're looking for this keyword or this search phrase. So we'll go over to KW Finder. We'll type in this search to make sure that that's the right keyword we want to go for, or the right search phrase. Just sign in really quick. And let it load. So you can see here, not really any searches for that. So let's just try SEO Twitter followers, or I don't even know. SEO Twitter influencers. SEO influencer Twitter. Let's try Twitter SEO. See, I think that's to do more with actually optimizing Twitter. Let's see. Let's see what that shows up as. Twitter SEO. Plug it in. 7 Twitter SEO steps. So let's see. SEO accounts. Top 10 most popular Twitter accounts about SEO. Then we'll go over to Ahrefs and see what that's ranking for. 32 keywords. And the top one is Twitter and SEO. How to make a popular Twitter account. SEO Twitter. So apparently there's not too many people looking that stuff up, but it's still a good list to have, right? It's still something that we can share on social media. It doesn't matter too much at the end of the day. If we can only rank for, you know, one keyword, we probably will rank for multiple keywords. Like you can see this post, and then, you know, maybe we'll start to get more information based off that. But anyways, let's just go into here. We'll go popular Twitter accounts. Twitter SEO influencers. That's what we'll make it. Top. And usually putting list space in there is pretty good for informational type articles, especially if you're brand new. So we got right here, I think 100. Wait, what is it? 71 influencers. And we should, of course, put ourselves at the top. So we'll just go ahead and, whoops. So anytime you put a list-based article, you should obviously put yourself first, be able to utilize the list, right, for something in terms of conversion rates. So we'll do 0 Chase Reiner at SEO Chase. Chase Reiner is 25-year-old, I don't even know, is a on-page SEO expert who teaches SEO tutorials on YouTube and let's say and runs a SEO Facebook group with over 10,000 members. All right, so we'll just link that up. Go in here. So external linking is always important, and also make sure that you always have a call to action, right? We'll do here. Oops, White Hat SEO Network. I always like to make sure that I'm linking to like my own, Facebook group, because that's how I can get more people in there, and then more people get to see my stuff, so on and so on. So just link that up. You can see here nobody else is linked, so it's going to look kind of lame if I share this and I'm the only one that's linked. So I'll probably actually leave that out and or not link my Twitter, but then just link the Facebook group. Another thing that I like to do is I always like to make sure to put a download of the list. So what I'll do is I'll go to, I'll actually usually do this in Divi. So I'll go to use Divi Builder, make this a text post, or the first part at least. We'll go, actually I have a layout. Let me load the layout. Put that in there. Add the text. I'll cut it off right before the list starts. There we go. So there it is. There it starts there. So then I'm going to take a contact form, or sorry, not a contact form. What am I doing? A email form, because most people want to save these lists for later. And this is a great way to get a bunch of email opt-ins. You do email opt-in. You go save this list for later. And all you're going to do is just figure out what list you're migrating this with. So I'll migrate it with my main email list. And I'm not going to have them need to include their name. And then on the redirect, I'm just going to redirect them to the thank you page or the list. So I'm going to go chaserayner.com. And let me just go ahead and publish or save, preview this so I can actually print it. Now, the funny thing is most people don't realize that they don't have to subscribe to my email list. They could literally just go print this out. So hold on. You see how this formatting is kind of off? I need to fix the formatting. So let me go in here. Go in there. Oops, actually I need to turn off the post title, and then I need to go in here and go to design. And I believe I need to put something in here. It's 26, I believe, and that should fix it. Same thing with this one. This is all 25. Let's see if that fixed it. I just published it, but it's all good. Okay, so it just says topped and it says uncategorized. So let me just fix that. So I always use categories in my URL structure, by the way. This should probably be saved under SEO. And then the post should say top, oops, whatever I put in here. Oh, I didn't put it in there. Okay, so top Twitter. Oh, it was top 72 Twitter, SEO Twitter influencers to follow. I guess influencers is not a word. Let me go see if that's a word. Yeah, looks like it is. So I guess Grammarly just doesn't recognize it as that. Grammarly is also a really good plugin that you should probably get if you're doing this stuff. Another thing I like to make sure to do is put last updated in the title. So if I go in here and I go use default, oops, go into Divi, post title, and I'll show the date. And we actually have it changed so that the date doesn't say last or when it was created. It actually says last updated, which is really nice. Because if you always show just like when the thing was created, it's a little bit, you know, not as helpful. Okay, something else happened with the layout. Not sure what. Let me just duplicate this and then bring this in. All right, so here we go. So there's the list. Now, in between this, again, I want a little PDF download. So all I have to do is, let me just actually move the PDF download to the bottom. Or sorry, fix the spacing because there's a weird spacing right there. So I'm just going to take out that spacing like that. Re-update it. Also, before we do the PDF, we probably want to do an image. So what we'll do is we'll go over to Canva and we'll just create the image really quickly. Now the image is really easy to do. All you have to do is go to a site like Pexels, which is a free image site. You're going to take whatever you want to create. Let's just say Twitter is the one that we want, right? And let's see if we can find anything here. So we'll just do that, I suppose. And we'll just grab 1280. Actually, let's grab something a little bit smaller. We don't want it to be that large. Then all we have to do is go over to Canva, again, which is a free image site. We're going to go create design. And we're just going to go ahead and do a one for Facebook, because that's where we're going to get most of our traffic. So Facebook dimensions are 600 by 315. If you forget that, if you have the plugin that I'm going to share with you guys later called WPSSO, it'll remind you of that within where you're going to be editing. But again, don't worry too much about that right now. So we're going to drag this in. If you have Photoshop skills, by the way, you should probably ignore this part because it's a little bit more janky than something like Photoshop. So there we go. We're going to put that right there. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take a shape. We're going to bring it over like so. And we probably want the color like blue or something because that's what Twitter is. So we're going to make this square like a light blue. And then we're going to slowly make it a little bit more transparent like that. And maybe we'll move it over a little bit like this. Oh, actually we can't because it has to stay right there. So we'll just keep it right there. And then we'll just put a little bit of text over there and say top 72 Twitter SEO. I kind of like 70 plus SEO influencers to follow on Twitter. There we go. And I don't really like that text, so let's make it our... You also always, when you do your images, you want to make sure that the images are the same as whatever your text is on your website, which mine is Arial. So let's go try to find that. I guess maybe it's not in here. That's the closest thing. Maybe we won't be able to find something. So maybe we'll just settle with this for now. Change this to 36. Bring it down a little bit. And again, this isn't perfect by any means, but if you're just looking for something quick for like what you want to post into a Facebook group, it'll still be a lot better than what, you know, than just posting like a screenshot of your post or just like your default fallback image. Okay, so we'll make that white then, I guess. Maybe we'll keep it black. Okay, thinking too much about this. We also want to make sure we put our logo in there. Make it a little bit more brandable. And that'll be fine for now. Might be a good idea at some point to get these images redone by like somebody who knows Photoshop a little bit better, but again, still better than nothing. So before we upload it, we want to bring over any of our images to TinyPNG to compress them. There we go. We'll download that. And now we'll go to Edit Post and add that as the featured image. Here we go. Then we're going to go back into our theme. And we're just going to include the image below the title, I suppose. And let's see. +70 influencers to follow on Twitter. Okay. So there we go. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the post, make sure the title is what we want it to say. 70+ influencers to follow on Twitter. All right, there we go. So there's the image. There it is in there. It looks good. And it just goes right into that. So cool. For some reason, there's still a little bit of extra spacing there. So we might want to go into advanced and see if the padding's a little off or something. Custom padding, maybe the top, we should take that off. Okay, that looks fine. So then we'll just press Control P to print as PDF. We'll just put save as PDF, save, there it is. And then all we have to do now is go into our, create a new page. So we'll go to our WordPress bar, press new, page, Twitter, influencers, download. And then we're just going to go ahead and put the PDF. So press add media, boom. One thing you want to make sure you do is when you add this in here is to, one, make sure in Yoast that these aren't being indexed, which we'll cover tools again later on. But the other thing is make sure the page isn't indexed in advanced settings because you don't want this page to be indexed. Oops, I accidentally uploaded the wrong thing. I uploaded the image. I need to upload the file. So let me find influencers. There it is. Please disregard this image of Miley Cyrus looking like a frozen chicken. Anyways, here we go. Put that in there. Put that in there and insert into page. So download now. And I'm just going to put in here, don't forget to join the free SEO Facebook group as well. So there we go. Put that in there. I always put like an extra call to action in there when somebody downloads something. Try to get as much juice out of it as possible. Oops, put that in there. Link, boom, boom, and then we'll just publish. So we'll copy that link now, and that will be our redirect for the email opt-in. So we grab that, go into the emailed opt-in, and redirect URL, put it in there. Oops, it didn't get published yet. Let's make sure it's gone through. Copy link again, and there we go. So now when people opt in, it'll just redirect them to that page, and then they can download it. So I'll go ahead and update this again, and then we'll start looking into what we need to do to optimize it. Also, you can see Twitter influence. You can see this URL didn't change, so we want to make sure we change it. So top SEO or Twitter SEO influencers. So nothing super long. It's not necessary for it to be crazy long. Press update again. Go open a new tab. Okay, so there we go. I mean, you don't really want the image being that large above the fold, but for now it's fine. The point is you kind of want people to be able to start reading right away, but overall it's not bad. So here it is. We got all the different influencers. We got an external link to our Facebook group, call to action for this post. We want to make sure that looks a little bit better. So we go into here, and then we're going to go into content. Say grab this free list of Twitter influencers for later. And get notified of new posts. So if we update that, that'll look a little bit better. Okay, so there it is. Boom. If they want to enter their email, they can. And then here's all of the people. Some of them have some weird spacing. I don't know why, so I'm going to have to fix that later. But either way, now we're going to talk about sort of the on-page that we want to do for these these different influencers. Now, one of the things that you can start doing right away is internal linking. So again, that's based off our list. We said, okay, internal linking, right? So for internal linking, I recommend it linking to other relevant things, like maybe other SEO posts. So if I go into text, and then I go to my name right here, Chase Reiner SEO. So Chase Reiner SEO is an on-page SEO expert. So I can link that back to the home page. Oops, I didn't mean to press enter. So link that back to the home page because that's the page I'm trying to rank for, SEO, on-page SEO. Oh, come on, I'm trying to, okay, yeah. And then the other thing is who focuses on white hat SEO without link building. And then that would go Chase also. So that white hat SEO without link building would go to a post that I'm trying to rank for around white hat SEO, right? So white hat SEO. There it is. Grab that, copy it. Again, this is sort of the same sort of layout you saw in the other one. And we're going to go plug that in there. Now, you don't really want too many internal links. I try to get most of mine towards the top of the article because the higher up the internal links are, generally the better they do. And the less internal links you have, generally the better they do. The other thing is for external linking, external linking is supposed to help create more relevancy for the post or for whatever page you're trying to optimize. The way you look for what external links you should be doing is really just based on linking to other highly relevant external relevant things. So again, linking to these different SEO Twitters is probably good enough to do that. That's linking to other relevant things. So that's probably the next step in what I need to do for this article. So that's internal and external linking. As far as like your whole internal linking strategy, we're probably going to be talking more about that for like site-wide internal linking on a different video, because that has to do more with how your whole site works and what's actually being indexed. But for the most part, as long as you can, let me just bring up my Paint. New. Let me move this screen over. Oh, I need to enlarge this. Hold on. Select. There we go. So let me get my handy notepad out and my pen. Where did I put that? Where did I put that pen? Oh, there it is. Okay, so for any of your internal linking, what you have is obviously, change this to brush. What you have is you have some sort of page you're trying to rank, right? Let's just say your home, or let's just say a blog page. It doesn't really matter what it is. Like it could be a blog page, could be a service page, so on and so on. But the point is that you're trying to rank any type of page. Let's just say you're trying to rank for white hat SEO, right? White hat SEO. Now you're concerned about all the different pages on your site, right? You're trying to figure out, okay, should I be ranking, or should I be linking my service pages? Should I be linking my home page? Should I be linking my, blog or my other blog posts, whatever. Now, the thing is that the links become more valuable if people actually click on them, right? Because it means that people are actually looking to go visit these other pages. So for the most part, as long as you can link to relevant pages that kind of tell who you are, and you are actually linking to pages that, are pages that people really want to find out more about you. Like for instance, I linked to that huge article about White Hat SEO I did, or I linked back to the homepage, which talks about how I do on-page SEO, or I specialize in that, right? And then that goes more in depth to my different services. So again, for the most part, 2 to 3 links per internal links per like 500 words if you can. If you do more than that, it's not a big deal, but that's a good place to start for most of your pages. If you have a bunch of pages on your website that don't have any internal links, go look and see why they don't have internal links, and then go and run through them and then actually do internal linking for those different pages to other valuable pages with anchor text, which matches what those things are ranking for. So if for that one, for a blog post, you're trying to rank for White Hat SEO, make sure you link with White Hat SEO as the anchor text or something around that. And then same thing with how you're linking your other pages. So try not to overcomplicate how you're doing your internal linking or your external linking. Just do it best for user experience and best for your own brand and how you bring in money and how you send traffic throughout your site. But at the end of the day, you have to do internal linking, or you really should be doing internal linking. If you're not, you're going to be able to pass a lot more influence, and it shouldn't be something that's too over technical, right? Just point to the pages that are important for your users to be visiting. All right. So next thing that we got to talk about, let me go bring this back over here, is contextual linking, which we talked about, right? Making sure you're using the correct anchor text. And the anchor text, again, we'll talk more about this when we go into keyword mapping, which I think we talked a little bit about already. But having the keywords mapped to your different pages is going to be able to allow you to know which keywords you should be linking for each page. Hold on, somebody just rang my doorbell. Oh. All right, sorry about that. That was the FedEx guy. I probably could edit that out, but it's going to take like 30 or 40 minutes to render this video just to cut that out. So I think we'll just keep it. It's not that big of a deal. So title tags and meta descriptions for those. Again, this has to do more with click-through rate optimization. So let's go into click-through rate optimization. So for the most part, what you want to do when you start your posts for aiming for optimal click-through rates, you want to put some sort of qualifier in here. So like maybe we'll put in here free PDF download to entice people to click. or we'll just put, I mean, we want to make sure that this is within 75 characters. Let's see, character count. Click into here. $60. So that's perfect, right? That's, you know, that's not going to really mess us up a lot. So we'll grab that and we will put that into the title tag for Yoast. So we'll scroll down, plug that in there, and you can see here if somebody were to see that in the search results, they'd be probably more likely to click on it because there's like, you know, some sort of extra qualifier in there. And there's power words, right? So using the word free, now, today, some sort of numbered thing, that's going to really help increase the relevancy of what people are looking for, because those words are going to help no matter what on anything that people are trying to click through. So again, if you want to go look up power words on Google and you can see all these different things that you can use to increase your click-through rates. The other thing is you want your title tag pulled to the left, or your main keywords pulled to the left as much as possible. So if I was really good, I would actually put SEO influencers 70 plus to follow, but I like having the number first. For me, that seems to help the click-through rates more, but for SEO purposes, you generally want your keywords or your key phrase to the left or very beginning of the title tag. So if we go into here, you can see this is the beginning part of the document. So all I'm going to do for the meta description is grab this and bring it in here, copy it, and then bring it in. Now, one of the things you want to make sure you do is to make sure that the keywords are in the beginning part of the document or in the meta description, because it'll actually bold out. Like if somebody searches Twitter and this shows up, Twitter will actually be bolded out, which helps increase click-through rates. So, you know, if we were to go in here, I would say in recent years, Twitter has taken a role. So that's not really just explaining what people are about to click through to. So let me just go and find something a little bit more, maybe it can be a valuable tool for those looking to learn more or stay sharp. So maybe we'll start with this. It helps to know where to look. Hold on. What about Twitter is a veritable gold mine of information, especially for those looking for. So we'll put that, and then we'll say these Twitter accounts, boom. And then we'll change that over to influencer, right? So grab that, plug it in here, and let's just say influencers so we get that bolded out. Also, I should probably put like the word 2018 in here, because usually when you put date-based posts, they work a little bit better, but overall that's probably fine. Again, when I do these posts, or when I'm optimizing in the first place for click-through rates or just for ranking in general, I literally just try to throw something out there, and then what I do is I go into Search Console. This is where the SEO actually gets done, in my opinion. I go into Search Console like a month later after posting the document, and then I see how it's doing based on what's ranking. So if I go into here, I go into performance, I'll go into pages, and let's say this one, rank and rent guide, was something that I found I optimized a little while ago. I click into that, and I can see all the different things that it's ranking for now. Now, if I see that in average position 2.1 is rank and rent, which is the post that I made, right? And has a 22% click-through rate, that I know that I don't have to spend too much time trying to increase the click-through rates on it because it's already so high. But if I go into the page and I see the bounce rates are really low, or if I look at the content averages, which we're going to do on benchmarking, and I see that those are not right, then I'm actually going to probably need to re-optimize it to rank it higher. But again, we're not going to be talking about benchmarking, which is like sort of the other half of on-page. It's actually the majority of on-page. These are just more like basic things you need to know. But just know that for click-through rate optimization, the best way to look or to do click-through rate optimization is to put out your post, index it, and then go to Search Console, go through the different pages or go through the different keywords that page is ranking for, and figure out which is bringing the highest click-through rates, which is, so you can see Rank and Rent 2018, Rank and Rent niches, Rank and Rent SEO, and all of these have like above 10% click-through rates. So I could actually put in there Rank and Rent 2018 best niches and examples websites as the qualifier. So now I have all the different words people are looking for around that topic, and I have all of that in my title tags and in my meta descriptions. Now I'm going to redo that. I'm going to relaunch the content or re-optimize the content to include all that stuff, and then boom, now I'm going to probably end up ranking higher, getting higher click-through rates, getting more people to my page, if that makes sense. So next thing you need to do after you do the article, let's just go over here. Where is it? Twitter SEO influencers, click into there. Where all we're going to have to do is just copy that. Now, before we do that, let's just talk about alt tags, image file names. So obviously you want your image file name to replicate what the picture is of, and the alt tag to replicate what the picture is of as well. This is sort of basic stuff. If you don't get this stuff and you need more like help on the basics, again, I would recommend you go to the SEO courses on my website and go take the beginner to advanced SEO course. In terms of page speed optimization, I would, if you guys, have the time, go to my YouTube channel and look at, or actually go to my landing page on my website called Page Speed Optimization under SEO Services, and watch the video that Chris did on how to do page speed optimization. This is an hour-long video. It goes through all the stuff you're going to need to know for getting from a score of 6 seconds down to a 2-second load time. Which, by the way, if you need any help with this stuff, guys, and you just want us to do it for you, you can always get help with this stuff. So anywho, we go back into the site. So this is the last thing you need to do. So we're going to copy this. I would recommend joining different Facebook groups to go through, or to be able to post about different things that you're writing about or doing videos on. So what I always do is I go like this. I go, what's up? Of course, it's my own Facebook group, right? What's up, SEO pros? I did another skyscraper on 70 plus SEO influencers follow Twitter. Let me know if I missed anyone. All right, so I'll do that. And then one thing I do want to make sure is I want my comments to be enabled. So I want people to be able to leave comments on the post. If they don't leave comments on the post, that could end up, not enabling a lot of user-generated content that ends up helping the post rank higher. So user-generated content is actually really good to have. Okay. Before I post, I'm also going to make sure that I don't have all those, references written at the bottom of the footer. Grab all those, take them out. Whoops. Boom. Now we could just fix all the spacing. Obviously, something that we probably should have done as well in this post is add more media. It's kind of boring when it's just a bunch of text, but it is what it is. The cool thing about these list-based posts too is that you can always relaunch them later. You can always add more to them later, which is why I like doing list-based articles, because if you don't rank the first time, well, then you just put more information out there later, right? So we're going to do all that. And the next thing I'm going to do after all of the posting in different social groups is I'm actually going to do a Facebook blast, or sorry, email blast as well. To all the people who, subscribe to my other articles, because every article I do, I put those content upgrades in there to get them, coming back to all of my, new stuff. So, I mean, you guys kind of get the point of this. I don't think, I need to keep doing all of this in front of you, because you get sort of what I'm saying here in terms of the on-page. This is very, again, basic on-page stuff that we're talking about. Later on in this course, we're going to be covering more stuff around advanced on page, like benchmarking, schema markup, that kind of stuff, where you're going to learn more about like how to do bounce rate optimization, crazier stuff than what we're covering right now. So if you're worried that was all for the on page, there's still more to come, and hopefully you guys have been getting value from this course. Definitely let me know what you guys have been thinking about this course so far. I'd love to hear back from you guys. And again, if you have any notes on any of this stuff and you want to send them over to me, I will compensate you for those notes somehow with software or whatever it is, because actually the software or the notes that you guys are taking on this stuff will be helpful to put on the actual landing page of the course that this course. So let me just finish this up so you guys can see this. Actually, just finish that. Boom, boom. All right, they all look good. So we'll save, update. One thing I did forget to mention in terms of optimization as well, though, is actually adding related words in there. But again, we'll cover that when we get into the benchmarking. All right, so there it all is. Looks good. We're gonna just go ahead and post that in there. Copy and post. And then again, I'm going to go into the different Facebook groups. I'm going to post it on my page, probably do a little promo there, and then also on MailChimp, and that's going to be it. So yeah, that's it for today for the on-page section. We'll be covering more specifics later on, and more specifically, we will be covering next site structure and architecture, and probably auditing. So get ready for that, because that's going to be a brand new thing that probably a lot of you aren't doing to the degree that I'm going to show you. And make sure you bring your notepad for the next video, because that's going to be pretty heavy. So until I see y'all next time, happy SEOing.